Shabbat Shalom. Let's try that again. Shabbat Shalom. Can you hear me? Shabbat Shalom. Can you hear me? Welcome to Adith Emmanuel on this third Friday of the month of May, and we are delighted that it's our AFTI service. AFTI is Adith Emmanuel Federation of Temple Youth, in case no one who knew what the acronym stood for. And so at tonight's service, we're delighted that our teens will be leading us in many of our prayers. We're also celebrating one of our students who is on the cusp of becoming a bat mitzvah tomorrow as she reads Torah for the first time, Sam Kurtz and family. And it's Shabbat, so glad you're here. And if you're joining us remotely, I invite you to say Shabbat Shalom and tell us where it is you're joining us from this evening. We are opening on page 644, with the song Erev Shalom Alechem, which is really a message of welcome, and I'd like to invite all of AFTI to the bima to lead us in Erev Shalom Alechem. Right around here, guys.
Wait, where is it? Which one is it?
Guys, we gotta move a little bit closer.
Shalom Alechem. Erev Shalom Alechem. Erev Shalom Alechem. Erev Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Alechem. Shalom Alechem. Erev Shalom Alechem. Erev Shalom Alechem. Erev Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Alechem.
And we turn now to the lighting of our Shabbat candles, which we can find in our prayer book on page 120, page 120 in the brackets. And so I invite Sam to come on up with Pam and Scott. I have your binder on the bima all ready for you to go.
Light them first.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlich ner shel Shabbat.
We turn now in our prayer books to page 123 in the brackets as we continue with the Kiddush for Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei puri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu mitzvotav v'ratzevanu, v'shabbat kodsho ba'ava uvratzon, hinchilanu, zikara l'ma'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tehila l'mikra'e kodesh, zeyichen l'tziat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'charta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, ba'ava uvratzon, hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat. Do I drink it?
We turn now in our prayer books to page 138. Page 138 in the brackets as we welcome in Shabbat with Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Hine Shabbat nikabila, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Hine Shabbat nekabla, Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Ishmiyanu elam yuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem u'tiferet v'lirgila, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Hine Shabbat nikabila, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Hine Shabbat nekabla, likrat Shabbat, likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekora beraka, merosh mikedem nasucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshavat kila, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Hine Shabbat nikabila, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Hine Shabbat nekabla.
Eyes and face the entrance to the sanctuary as we're able.
Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala, gam b'simcha u'sola, toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, boi chala, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Hine Shabbat nikabila, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Hine Shabbat nekabla.
we take a moment to turn to somebody, perhaps not the person next to us, if we already know that person. As we've welcomed in Shabbat, let's welcome one another, introduce ourselves, and to those joining through the blessing of technology, Shabbat Shalom, and say where you're joining us from this evening. And these are conversations that we can continue having with one another following our service at our Oneg Shabbat. As we turn now to our song cards, the handouts. Oh, excuse me. Page 264 for Baruch Hu, which will follow by the handout Roll into Dark.
Going to get ready with roll into dark, roll into night, night becomes day, day turns to night. We're ready.
Roll into dark, roll into night, night turns to day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Yom v'layla, kolel or mipnei choshech, kolel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei yom. Roll into dark, roll into night, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night.
We remain standing as we are able as we continue on page 266. Page 266.
for the good in us, which calls us to a better life. We give thanks for the strength to improve the world. With our hearts in our hands, we offer praise. For the desire in us which leads us to work for peace, we are grateful for life and nature, harmony and beauty, for the hope of tomorrow. All praise to the source of being.
We continue on page 267, page 267 with Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
May be seated as we turn in our prayer book to page 268. Page 268, we continue with the Haftarah.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
(269) We worship the power that unites the universe, a promise of harmony for all.
That oneness eludes our grasp, as imperfection and evil abound.
Before our eyes there is a vision of perfection, order, and goodness.
There is evil enough to break the heart, and there is good enough to exalt the soul.
When will redemption come?
When we grant everyone what we claim for ourselves.
Long ago, we escaped the tyranny of Egypt. Our people saw the power of Most High.
Ador b'kodesh
We continue on page 272. 272 at the bottom of the page with Yismichu.
ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת, לקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת, לקורא עונג שבת. מקדשי שבי שבת, כולם ישמעו ויתענגו מטובך שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת, לקורא עונג שבת. והשיר רצית בו כי קידשתו שבת. חמדות ימים אותו קראת שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת, לקורא עונג שבת. זכר למוסה וראשית שבת. זכר למעשה וראשית שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת, לקורא עונג שבת.
We turn now to page 273 in the brackets. As we're able, we rise in body and spirit for tefillah.
Sure. Thank you. When do I count? Adonai sifatai tifta ufia gitehilateha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, v'Chonei Hakol, v'Zoher Hasdei Avot v'Imahot, u'Mevi Gula Livnei B'neihem, Leman Shemo be'ahava, Mele Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah rak le'Lushia, Morid hatah, Mechalchel chayim behesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim ramim, Somev noflim verofei holim, Umatir
Ve'enemanata lehechayot hako. Baruch atah Adonai mechayei hakol.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יעללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
May be seated. As we continue on page 281, 281.
For the good in us, which calls us to a better life, we give thanks. For the strength to improve the world with our hearts and our hands, we offer praise. For the desire in us, which leads us to work for peace, we are grateful. For life and nature, harmony and beauty, for the hope of tomorrow, all praise to the source of being.
We turn now in our prayer books to page 282. 282, our prayer for peace, Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amka Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amka Tasim Leolam.
כי הטוב והקרוב לכל השלום. כי הטוב והקרוב לכל השלום. שלום רב.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amka Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amka Tasim Leolam.
וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה לשלומך.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amka Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amka Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
We turn now to silent meditation, and you might choose to be led by the words of our Siddur through page 285 in the brackets, or look through at other prayers in the prayer book. Or you might choose to turn inward, and if you do, I would invite you to uncross your arms and your legs. If your feet are able to reach the floor, to take a seated posture, grounded, to take a deep breath in and out. If you feel comfortable, to close your eyes or leave them open with an unfocused gaze before you, and reflect then inwardly on the meditations and thoughts in your hearts.
shalom bibromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bibromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bibromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'akol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'akol Yisrael. Say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'akol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'akol Yisrael.
We turn our thoughts and prayers now to those who are in need of healing. And so we turn in our prayer book to page 371, page 371 in the middle of the page. If you're joining us through the blessing of technology and are thinking of individuals who are in need of healing, whether it's a healing of body or mind or spirit, feel free to add those names to the chat at this time. And we extend our prayers of healing to Matt Scheckman, Hannah Foster, Jordan Maverick Steinberg, Flora Hans, Bruce Tresky, Lillian Crowley, Carol Ann Ettinger, Harry Greenberg, Rosalie Middleman, Harriet Eisner. And if you're here in the congregation and are thinking of individuals for whom you would like to mention aloud their names and send those blessings of healing to them, I invite you, as you're able, to rise in your place and say those names aloud as my hand passes through the congregation.
Susan Yermesh.
Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim.
Mi shebeira avoteinu mikor habracha neimoteinu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage Renew our spirit and let us say Amen.
We turn now in our prayer books to page 376, page 376, with a prayer for our country.
O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all appreciate one another and the many ways of life we serve. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife. May our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen.
And we send our prayers out to those who live in Israel and the whole region, praying for a time of peace. Sha'alu shalom Yerushalayim yishla'u habayich. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper, as we join together at the bottom of the page. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen. At this time, we invite to the Bima Liam Keat, who is our graduating senior, who is going to share a few words with us, a Devar Torah.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Tonight's Torah portion comes from the book of Numbers, chapters 1 through 4. In these chapters, God prepares the Israelites for their journey through the wilderness after leaving Egypt. The portion begins with God demanding Moses to take a census of the Israelites, men who are able to fight in battle, organized by tribe except for the tribe of Levi. The Levites are separated because they are chosen to take care of the tabernacle, the sacred dwelling place at the center of the camp. God then assigns each tribe a specific place around the tabernacle. This arrangement was not random. It symbolizes that God was meant to remain at the center of the Jewish community and at the center of the Jewish life. Instead of a king or a ruler occupying the middle of a camp, it was holiness itself. The Torah portion also describes the responsibilities of the Levites between the age of 30 and 50. They were entrusted with transporting the tabernacle and handling its sacred objects during travel. These tasks require precision and discipline because holiness could not be treated carelessly. At first glance, this Torah portion may seem highly technical. Much of it focuses on counting people, assigning positions, and organizing responsibilities. However, beneath all of that is a fundamental idea that shapes our lives today: order. The Jewish people survived wilderness not only through faith in God, but also through structure, responsibility, and cooperation. Every tribe had a role. Every person had a place. The camp could only function because the individuals understand that they were part of something larger than themselves. The same principle exists in our lives today. In a family, parents and children each carry responsibilities towards one another. Parents provide guidance, stability, and opportunities for growth. Children contribute in bringing respect, effort, and continuity to the family. When people fulfill these responsibilities toward one another, the family becomes stronger. The desire to improve the family indirectly progresses society. The same as it extends to society as a whole. People develop skills, work in different professions, and contribute to their communities in different ways. Some build infrastructure, some educate, some heal, and some create new technologies. Society functions because individuals work together with shared responsibilities and purpose. This responsibility comes from providing for the family, and providing from the family is to appreciate God. The Torah portion reminds us that order is not just about rules and organization. It is about recognizing that every person has a role and that communities become stronger when people act with responsibility towards something greater than themselves. Even in the wilderness, the Israelites were not simply surviving as individuals, they were learning how to become a nation as well. Numbers is not only about counting people, it is also a story about making people count.
And since tonight is our AFTI Teen Night service, I have the honor of offering two blessings. One blessing is going to be to our teens, and followed by a blessing to our graduating seniors. So I invite all the teens up to the beam at this time. All the teens, you know who you are. Whether or not you had a part in the service, whether or not you consider yourself part of AFTI, please come to the bima in front of the ark. As you're able, the congregation rises. As Leah mentioned, on this Shabbat, which we call Bamidbar, we started a new book in our Torah. And Bamidbar means in the wilderness, which is the setting for the Israelites as they continue to travel between Egypt and Egypt, which is where they were freed from slavery, and that land of Israel, the place, the promised land of their ancestors. And in English, we call this the book of Numbers, right? Because at the beginning of the book, as Liam referred to, we have a counting, a census. And all the men, 20 years and up, are being counted. Tribe after tribe are listed as to those who are counted. And we do notice that not all the people are counted, namely women and males under 20. And we also, as Leah mentioned, the Levites are not counted. In this case, this specific census is for noting the number of people who will be prepared to serve in the Israelite army. There's a commentator, a rabbi by the name of Rabbeinu Bachia. He lived in the 14th century, and he noted that when they received the command to take a census, the word is su'u, which means raise up. So we're raising up the heads. We're counting each head, and there's something special about that word su'u, raising up. It's God's command, and it's a spiritual ascent. Those who rise to a purpose for the sake of God and their community. We also count people in our synagogues. We count the number of teens that are enrolled in our teen night. We count the number of students who join AFTI or attend a particular AFTI event. Like Rabbeinu Bachia's interpretation, this counting is not so much by the numbers, but we can say 1, 2, 3. But the counting is noting those of you who have chosen to participate, those who have ascended to engage with their synagogue and Jewish community. You have decorated the sukkah. You have welcomed the newest students into our religious school with the tunnel that they run through on their consecration. You volunteer at our Hanukkah party and Purim Carnival. You serve as role models for the younger students in our religious school. You sell sweet treats at teen night. Some of you have gone to Washington, D.C., and some of you will make that trip in the near future, lobbying our political leaders to make for a better world. You teens who stand here before the open ark have dedicated time and energy to AFTI and to Adith Emmanuel, demonstrating especially the values of Kahila, which is community, Talmud Torah, education, Emunah, which is faith, Lador Vador, which embraces our traditions, and Tzedek, which is justice. As we count the Israelites in our Torah portion, so do we count on you. We count on these teens who have contributed to the mission and vision of our synagogue. Grateful for your gifts and contributions, I offer you this blessing. Misha Berach Avotenu v'Imotenu, may the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless these teenagers whose presence continues to enrich Adith Emmanuel. May they be strengthened in their relationships with one another and build new connections with others of all ages in our community. God, fortify their futures that they may embrace our traditions, pursue Jewish values, and act with deeds that improve the world. And let us say, Amen. And so now I'm going to ask that those of you who are teens but not graduating from high school this year, just take a slight step back and make a kind of arc around our one person who we're thinking of. And so they're supporting you, but we want to single you out, Leah. Our graduating senior, we count on you too. You have dedicated time and energy to AFTI, to our religious school, and Adith Emmanuel, being a leader, a tutor, a madrich, and more. On the cusp of graduation, ready to embark on new journeys across the country, may you be blessed in all you do. We've counted on you in the past. May we continue to count on you in the future and offer you these blessings. We count on you to be thoughtful and engaged member of the Jewish community, wherever your path may lead. May God grant you the resilience to overcome obstacles, the clarity to pursue your goals, and not just the soccer goals, and the wisdom to make meaningful choices. May you continue to engage with the world around you in positive and impactful ways. We count on your voice for good in the world. May your path lead you to fulfillment and purpose. And may you always remember your synagogue, Adith Emmanuel, that has supported your growth. We count on your continued connection. May you return here often to your Jewish home, remembering your roots and strengthening your bonds of community and family as we offer this ancient benediction to you tonight.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chonecha.
May God's radiance shine upon you and be gracious to you.
Adonai panav, panav elecha, v'yasem lecha shalom, shalom.
May God be with you always and grant you peace.
V'yasem lecha shalom, shalom, shalom.
Mazel tov. Before we head into Aleinu on page, well, I'm not going to announce the name of the number of the page for Aleinu. We're going to turn in our prayer books to page 570 for the counting of the Omer. The Omer is that period, very much like the book of Numbers, in between Exodus of Egypt, heading to that time, not quite in the promised land, but right where Numbers is, where we've just received the Torah. And the Omer, we continue on toward that promised land. Page 570, we join together in the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. Hayom, arba'a v'arba'im yom, shehem shisha shavuot, u'shnei yamim la'omer. Today is the 44th day, which is 6 weeks and 2 days of the Omer. And so we remain standing as we turn to page 586 at the bottom of the page for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gerula leotzer reshit, shelo asanu kiyuge haratzot, velo samanu pishbechot hadama, shelo sam kalkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kehol hamonam, v'anachnu korim umishtakavim umodim lifnei melech mokel hamahim hakadosh baruch hu v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai v'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
Maybe seated. Our thoughts and prayers turn now to those who are no longer with us, and so we turn in our Siddur to pages 598 and 599. As we think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us during this period of Shiva and Shloshim, we remember Gladys Goldie Schultz, our member, wife of the late Ronald Schultz. We think of those who died at this season in years past, whose yahrzeits we mark on the Shabbat. Gloria Berman, Rosalind Brust, Leslie Himber, Ruth Kalins, Barbara Lefko, Harry Leibowitz, Ray Leibowitz, Pat Leopold, Esther Myers, Marcy G. Pomerantz, Hyman Rabinowitz, Molly Reifer, Marvin Rosenfeld, Pearl Rosenzweig, Hinda Samost, Eleanor Silverberg, Geraldine Stone, Louis Walensky, Lou Della Woodruff, Jean Young. And we think of those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. If there are others whose names you would like to mention, if you're joining remotely, please add them to the chat. If you're here in person, I would invite you to rise as you're able and say those names as my hand passes through the congregation. If you are here tonight in the period of Shiva or Shloshim or the first year of mourning, I invite you to rise at this time. If you've come tonight observing a yahrzeit for a loved one, I invite you to rise at this time. Zichronam Levracha. May the memories of your loved ones be for blessing as we all rise now in comfort and support, continuing with the words of Mourner's Kaddish on page 598. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah v'yalma divrach Hirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayei uvyomei uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam omei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei dekudesha b'riachu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. D'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Huya aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say, amen. May be seated. And it's my pleasure to call to the Bima the AFTI board to share with us some hodaot, some announcements for this evening.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for attending the service this evening and celebrating Shabbat with us. I would like to thank all the AFTI teens who participated in the service this evening, and to all the parents, families, and congregants in attendance for your support. Thank you to Rabbi Memes Fuller, Canty Sandy, Lucas for your support and assistance with our participation in tonight's service. Also a shout out to all the teens and their families who participated in the Shabbat dinner this evening. It was very meaningful and fun, and thank you to all the volunteers and parents who helped make it so special and successful.
Thank you to our greeters tonight, Michael Goldis and Judy Marcus. Thank you to those who helped with our Oneg Shabbat setup as well, Diane Singer, Helen Graham, Gail Tompkins, and Brett Steenbarger. Please join us tomorrow at 8:45 a.m. for our weekly Torah talk and bagels. And join us at 10 a.m. for our Shabbat morning service when we will celebrate Sam Kurtz being called to the Torah to become a bat mitzvah. Mazel tov to Sam and her family.
This Sunday, May 17th, is a busy day for Adith. It is the last day of Sunday morning religious school, which ends at 11 a.m., and there will be a barbecue for the students, their families, and all our congregational members beginning at 11 a.m. We will have food, games, bingo, a craft, and lots of fun catching up with your Adith friends. Hope to see you there. Also, the book club will be meeting at 9:30.
Coming up this week, Monday at 1 p.m. is Mahjong Monday. Monday evening will be the Sisterhood Ice Cream Social and general election to their board. Still time to RSVP. Tuesday, May 19th will be the Sisterhood Dine and Donate on the border. See the flyer for details. Adult choir resumes Wednesday, May 20th at 7 p.m. and High Holy Day choir begins July 8th.
Thursday, May 21st will be our Erev Shabbat and confirmation service. Please join us for this special service when our confirmants will help lead the service and share their meaningful words with us. You don't want to miss it. Friday morning, May 22nd, will be the Shavuot morning service and Yizkor beginning at 10 a.m., followed by a potluck dairy lunch. See the sign up in the weekly. The Social Action Committee continues to collect non-perishable food for the JFCS food pantry.
After Teens, our final event for the year will be in Ocean City on May 31st. See the flyers at the ONEG. All these announcements are in the weekly email, and there are flyers on the table in the foyer. Please join us for the ONEG following our service in the social hall, which includes an ice cream sundae bar sponsored by the Youth Activities Committee in honor of our AFTI teens. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Just a special thank you to Karen Fetterman-Elner and Cheryl Polios of our Youth Activities Committee, our advisor, and all the people who work with you to help support the youth in our congregation, especially these teens that we see before us. But we have AFTI that goes all the way down through the grades to the earliest kids. And we thank you for the wonderful program that you have put together throughout the year. All our teens are leading us in our closing song, which has really been a favorite for so many recently, especially our B'nai Mitzvah, David Melech Israel.
And as this was their choice for a closing song, that means you need to join in too. So let's all get our hands ready. Hard to do this with your phone in your hand. I'm just saying it's being recorded. And David Melech Israel, Chai Chai V'Kayam. David Melech Israel, Chai Chai V'Kayam. David Melech Israel, intermediate level. David Melech Israel, Chai Chai V'Kayam. David Melech Israel, Chai Chai V'Kayam. David Melech expert level. David Melech Israel, Chai Chai V'Kayam. David Melech Israel, Chai Chai V'Kayam. David Melech Israel, Chai Chai V'Kayam. Stay put.
Please join me in the Motzi. Baruch